Okay, I'm out in the garage getting all geared up for a fishing trip this evening and tonight, and before I head out I wanted to give everybody a quick look at what I'll be fishing out of. I'm going to be trying to do some self-filming for flathead catfish here on our local river, and what I'll be fishing out of is my Nucanoe hybrid kayak. And let me give you a rundown of what I have on it. Right here is where I'm going to have my camera. It's going to be self-filmed, and that camera will be facing right back at me like that. So all you're going to really see in the dark is me fishing, and hopefully if I get a hold of a big fish, you're going to see that fish come in. Up in front of that camera, I'm going to have my bait bucket, my live bait. I definitely have lights on this to keep safe out on the river at night. This is a big Plano bin. It's very heavy duty, and that's what I keep all my equipment in. I have it tied down to my kayak as well. Good luck fishing hat. I usually don't wear it, but I'll probably have it in my kayak. That was given to me by a friend many years ago, and it seemed to be the good luck charm for me. This kayak's equipped with a nice paddle, and the neat thing about this paddle, you can measure your fish on it. It goes up to 40 inches, and most of the time we do catch fish that hit that 40-inch mark or even larger than that 40-inch mark. So it's still, once you get past the 40-inch mark, you can kind of use your mind and figure out how many inches is past it. I have an anchor. I'll be anchored. What I'll do is I'll anchor in one spot, I'll pick up, I'll move to another spot, and I'll keep moving. And what we call this is flathead hunting, not just fishing. We're out there, we're moving around, and we're hunting for a big one. You'll see my reels and my poles. I'm using Abu Garcia reels, and also they're equipped with an ugly stick tiger rod. Look them up. They're around $60. That is an awesome catfish rod. Been using these rods for probably, I'm going to say 12, 13, 14 years. I can't remember exactly when I started, but these rods have held up that many years, and the same with these reels. Definitely a great investment. Always have a life vest. I have that with me and on at all times when I'm out on the water. One of the neat things about the Nucanoe hybrid kayak is it has a place in the back where you can mount a trolling motor and a battery. You look back here, it's flat. It's made for mounting that. So I take that out. I usually do anywhere from 35 minutes to an hour in a spot, depending on how the hit is. And then I move the new spot, so that helps get me around. But as I come into that spot, I usually turn off that trolling motor and go right to paddling, knowing that a fish has the lateral line, especially a big catfish. It's going to feel those vibrations coming in. So I like to turn off the motor, get the paddles out, and that's when I work the paddles, when I get close to my spot. One other thing I want to point out is I have to take a big net with me. Using these big circle hooks, you don't want to reach in that catfish's mouth with your hand. Get that circle hook in your hand, and that fish starts flipping around, it's going to take a big chunk out of you. So I take a big net with me. I don't open it up because I don't want it in my way. I keep it broken down and behind me, but I take my time. I put it together when I get a fish in, and I net the fish and bring it into the kayak. And this little middle spot is where I put the fish, and also when I'm reeling a fish in, if you see me, I'll actually be kneeled right in this spot. I prefer to kneel down on that spot and to be able to use some power to get that fish up into the boat. So that's a rundown, and it's quite a change from what I used to use. I spent over 10 years on the water fishing out of a 9.5-foot little Swifty. So I decided to treat myself a couple years ago, and this has been one wonderful investment. It is 9:44. I just got to my spot on the river. I'm going to set out for some flatheads tonight. Hopefully I can get a hold of a big one. Got my bait for the night. I'm using some big live suckers. I prefer to hook them right here in the head, face area. They're out there, keep them alive, and hopefully I can hook into some big flatties tonight. Get my whereabouts real quick to see where I'm at. That one there is going towards the shoreline. More shallow over there. I'm hoping to catch one coming out, feeding out of its bedding area. Got the bait alarm engaged. Pull down. I lock it in a pole holder in case big boy takes off with it. Gonna get another pull in. Show you the bait I'm throwing on this rod. It's not going to be a live sucker.
This is a vacuum-sealed red-tailed sucker. I like to use what's in our river as far as bait goes for the fish that I'm fishing for in our river. It's something that's natural to them, it's something they eat, and this is a very good bait. My kids caught this fresh yesterday on this river, vacuum sealed it. As soon as I got home, I'm going to go ahead and crack this open, kept it cold, and I'm going to throw out one of these chunks as well. I'm going to go ahead with this nice head chunk here. It's a nice piece of bait. I'm going to hook this one in the hard spot in its head here so it can't get pulled off easy by a turtle or a channel cat. Just like that, plenty of hook out to get a good hook set on the flathead if one takes it. And I'm going to get it into the deeper section here off to my right as I'm sitting. It's a deeper hole. So I'm going to have one in the flat where they're coming out and they're feeding on the bait fish, and one where they like to take a nap in case anything's coming back tonight to take a nap. Always like to let it settle to the bottom, which that's a deep hole, you can tell. There we go. I will go ahead and I'll engage my bait alarm. I'll set it down right there. Lock it into my pole holder so nothing can take it. Get my coffee out, sit back and relax, look at the stars, and just wait for that bait clicker to start running. Well, my first spot of the night was a bust, so I just changed locations. I gave it a solid hour. I got set up on spot number 2, a little bit of fog coming off on the river, getting a little cold, gonna get on my sweatshirt. Gonna sit it out a couple more hours, see if we can't get into one. It's a lot later now, but I'm finally into what feels like a pretty good catfish. It took a heck of a run. It's staying down deep, and as you can see, it's pulling me around a little bit. But it feels like a good one. Definitely staying down deep. See if I can get a look at it. What it's doing is I'm on my Nucanoe, and it's taking me for a ride right now. But this is a good fish. Once I get a look at the fish, I'm going to get my net ready. Yeah, this is a good fish. It's staying low. There we go. It's taking drag. I'll turn the clicker on so you can hear it. Hear it taking off. Turn off my headlight for now so I don't spook it. Try to get a little more light up on me. This is a good one. It's a big one. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a good fish. This is a good one. Oh, he's right under the boat. He's right under the boat. Under my yak. Alright. Yep. We got a good one here. Okay. There he goes again. What I'm doing now is get my net ready. This one has some shoulders on him. It's a good fish. One of the things when you're out on a kayak like this, you just have to take your time with the fish. Experience, be all set up, ready to rock and roll. Yeah, he's still fighting. Let's see here. There we go. Got my net ready now. Tuck it in behind me. And there he is. Boy, this is a fighter here. This is a fighter. He's a pig. Got him. Wait till you see this fish. This is a fish. It's a big one. It's a big fish. Get him in the kayak here. Okay. He's in, he's secure. Get a hook out of his mouth so I don't get caught in it. I'm going to get this pole tucked away for the time being. About inch-wise. Oh yeah, he's well over 40 inches. He's a big boy. Well over 40 inches. There's another look at her. Check out the belly on this one. This is a pig. I'm gonna get my scale out here real quick. See what we're looking weight wise. We're looking at about 28.5 pounder. Wait, hold on. That's still on the boat. Yeah, we're pushing 29 pounds on this one. We're gonna take one last look at this beast before I put her back in the water. See here. There she is. Excellent catfish for a river. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly take her back in, but I'm not letting her go till she's completely revived and she's ready to go on her own. A lot of people make the mistake they release a fish way too fast and they don't give it the opportunity to get its bearings back under it, especially after you get a couple pictures and get a video. So I'm just going to work with her here for a minute, and I want her to take off on her own. She's pretty strong, but until she takes off, I'm just going to hold on to her. There she goes. Takes off just like that. Back down into the deep old muddy. That there's a 29 pounder, about a 41.5, 42 incher. Kind of hard to tell the way I have to measure her on my Nucanoe paddle here, but our section of the Allegheny River, that's a good fish. There you have it. That's a good one for our section of the river here on the Allegheny, and hopefully we can get into a couple more this season.